The Boy Who Cried Wolf. A shepherd boy was watching his flock of sheep. He felt really bored, so he thought of amusing himself. He stood up and started shouting, "Wolf! Wolf!" to attract the attention of people in the village. The villagers came running to help him, but they saw no wolf, just the boy laughing at them. The villagers were angry. The boy repeated this again the next day. The people again came, but there was no wolf. They angrily said, "Foolish boy, when there is actually a wolf, no one will believe you." One day, the boy was resting. Suddenly, he saw a wolf approaching the sheep. The boy shouted, "Wolf! Wolf!" But people in the village thought that the boy was lying as usual. Later, when the boy didn't come back, the villagers came looking for him. The boy was weeping. "Why didn't you come? The wolf came and ate my sheep." The villagers comforted him and said, "Let this be a lesson to you. You must never lie." Moral of the story? Nobody believes a liar, even when he is telling the truth. The Bear and the Travelers. Two friends were walking through a forest. They promised to stay together throughout the way. Suddenly, they heard a sound in the bushes. Something was approaching them. It was a huge bear. Both of them got scared. One of them, thinking of his own safety, climbed a tree. The other friend did not know how to climb a tree. He threw himself on the ground and lay still while holding his breath. He had heard that bears don't prey on dead people. The bear came near the man lying on the ground. He sniffed his ears and slowly walked away. The man on the tree came down. He jokingly asked his friend, "What did the bear whisper in your ears?" The other friend replied, "The bear told me to never trust someone who deserts you in need." Moral of the story? A friend in need is a friend indeed. A bundle of sticks. A farmer had 4 sons. The 4 sons were hard workers, but always quarreled among themselves. One day, the farmer got really sick. He wanted his sons to share the farm and work together, but knew that his sons would continue to fight. The farmer decided to teach them a lesson. He called his 4 sons. He gave each son a stick and asked them to break it. Each son easily broke the stick. Now the farmer gave each son a bundle of sticks and asked him to break it. Each tried his best but couldn't break the bundle. The farmer said, "Just like these sticks, if you are united, nobody will be able to harm you. But if you quarrel all the time, anyone can easily break you." The sons realized their mistake and started working happily together. Moral of the story? There is strength in unity. Bear and the Bees. A hungry bear was roaming in the forest looking for food. He came across a beehive. The bear peered inside the beehive, hoping to find some honey. On seeing the bear, a bee flew out and stung him sharply. The bear lost his temper. He knocked the beehive and started destroying it. As the beehive broke, a lot of bees flew out and stung the bear. The bear ran as fast as he could to the nearest pond. He jumped quickly in the water to save himself. Moral of the story? Too much anger is never good. The Ant and the Dove.
Once upon a time, a very thirsty ant was drinking water from the river. Suddenly, the ant lost his balance and fell into the river water. "Help! Help! Help!" cried the ant, but no one could hear his cries. A dove, sitting on a tree nearby, saw that the ant was in trouble. She quickly plucked off a leaf from the tree and dropped it into the water. The ant climbed on the leaf. He thanked the dove for saving his life. After a few days, the dove was sitting on a tree. The ant saw a hunter aiming his arrow at the dove. The ant knew that his friend the dove was in danger. He quickly bit the hunter's leg. The hunter cried in pain. The hunter's arrow missed the dove. This time, the ant saved the dove. The dove thanked the ant for saving her life, and they became friends forever. Moral of the story: one good deed deserves another.
The Donkey and the Horse. Once there lived a washerman who owned a donkey and a horse. The washerman used the donkey to carry clothes to the pond and back. He used to ride on the horse on the trip to the pond. One day, the washerman put a heavy load of clothes on the donkey's back and took him to the pond to wash them. He took the horse along with him. It was a very hot day, and Donkey felt tired soon. The donkey's back started paining. He asked the horse, "Could you please take half of the load on your back?" The horse replied impolitely, "Why should I carry your load? I will only carry our master." They continued walking, and the day got hotter. The donkey was exhausted. He could not walk on any longer and collapsed on the ground. The washerman immediately removed the load of clothes from the donkey's back. He gave the donkey some water to drink and put the load of clothes on the horse's back. The load was indeed quite heavy. The horse thought, "I should have taken half of the load when the donkey had asked my help." He realized his mistake. Moral of the story: always be friendly to others and help them. Peacock and the Crane. There was a peacock who often boasted about his beauty. "I've got the most beautiful tail," he would say. Once he walked to the banks of a large lake and saw a crane sipping water. "Look, what a colorless bird you are," remarked the peacock. "Your wings can never match my glory." "But my colorless wings can make me fly," replied the crane. He spread his broad wings and flew up towards the sun. The peacock stood where he was in wonder. Moral: usefulness is more important than beauty. Cat Maiden. Two fairies were debating if it was possible for a living being to change its nature. One said yes, but the other said no. To settle the dispute, the first fairy turned a cat into a maiden with her wand. She said to the second fairy, "Now let's see what happens." The fairy got the cat maiden married to a young man. After the wedding, the couple sat down for the wedding feast. "See how well she is behaving?" Who could tell that yesterday she was but a cat? Surely her nature has changed, the first fairy said to the second. Wait a minute, replied the second fairy. She let loose a mouse into the room with the flick of her wand. As soon as the bride saw this, she jumped up from her seat and started chasing the mouse. The second fairy smiled at the first and said, "See, I told you." Moral: the true nature of a person doesn't change. The Crow and the Peacocks. There was a crow who did not like his feathers. "I wish I were a peacock," he would say. "You are beautiful as you are," the other crows insisted, but he paid no attention and flew off to admire the peacocks. He saw the peacocks dancing around, flaunting their colorful tail feathers. The crow saw some peacock feathers lying on the ground. He quickly flew down and stuck those feathers on his tail. "Now I am as beautiful as a peacock," said the crow, and went to dance with the peacocks. The peacocks told him angrily, "You are not a peacock," they said. "Go away." The sad crow came back home. As he sat down alone, the other crows said, "Learn to love yourself as you are." Moral of the story: you are beautiful as you are. And the Fox. Once, a cat and a fox got into an argument about who was more clever. "I know so many tricks to save myself from a predator. How many do you know?" asked the fox. "I know just one trick, but that one trick is enough," replied the cat. And then they saw a pack of hounds fast approaching them. The cat quickly climbed up a tree, hiding behind the leaves. "This is my trick," called the cat. "Now let me see yours." The fox had so many plans to escape, but he could not decide which one to try first. In the end, the hounds caught him. Moral: one thing done properly is better than many things done poorly.